Hello, and welcome back to the MT Podcast. This is the show where we cover this gaming industry related news of the past week. I'm your host, Michael Anthony. My co-host right here is KyleHeath. This week, we're going to be covering a different spin on things. We're going to have like a little bit of a retro gaming new device throwback. We're going to talk a little bit about Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, which I'm really excited to talk about because of what I've been playing recently. Also, Destiny 2 Rising, and an update on Xbox Cloud Gaming. But before we get into it, Kyle, how you been, dude? How you been?
I'm just chilling, dude. Chilling, Mike. What else?
Heck
What else is there to do besides some gaming? I played some Silent Hill 2 some more. I've gotten pretty far.
Of course.
I think I have like maybe 3-4 hours at most left. So
you've been playing that game for like the last month now. I'm surprised you're not done.
Like, all right, listen, 2 weeks. Okay. Well, actually the game came out. Hold on, I can tell you. Game came out a week ago. Thank you. So.
Oh my gosh.
It's only been a week.
Holy crap! My brain is broken. I'm sorry.
It took a little while. It took a little while for games, but hey, play some of that.
Are you enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, it's really good. Very, very good remake that Bloober did. So yeah, dude, I'm enjoying it. I've been like, as I progress through some of the bosses and stuff, I've been going back on YouTube and saying like, all right, how does this compare to the original? Because I like only got so far in the original, so I didn't see the whole game, and so it's interesting to see kind of what they kept and how they've kind of altered things. I think it's always interesting to see. So seeing some of that, but yeah, there's decent amount of endings from what I've heard, so I'll be curious to see which one I end up getting. But trying to see if I can get a good ending. Hopefully I do. But yeah,
I hope you do too.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm like debating if I want to just like go watch the other endings after I beat the game instead of like replaying, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, dude, been playing some of that. Dead Island 2, still playing. Past few days on Dead Island 2 though, I kind of slowed down main story and I've really just been doing sides. It's a bunch of side quests and kind of just getting OP weapons, leveling up. And so I feel like once I get back to the main story, I'm just gonna like breeze through it because it's gonna be easy.
Nice.
But yeah, so because part of the reason was I kind of noticed when I was doing the main quest that like I was like, okay, there's still a lot I haven't learned about the game. There's also a lot I haven't explored, so I just kind of went back and I was like, before I beat the game, because once I beat the game, I'm not gonna want to go back. So it's like, because that's how I typically am. Like once I finish kind of the main portion of it, it's hard for me to return to a game. So I don't know. That's just me in most cases, but I feel like a game like this, especially, I'll be like that. So I'm just like, get a little bit better, learn a little bit more about kind of the areas and stuff before I like end up finishing. But yeah, dude, still playing that. A lot of fun there. Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think I really played anything else this past week. It's really just those two. But hey, dude, I'm just trying to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Trying to get through them. So it's kind of the main thing. But I don't know. I have a lot of fun though. Been having a lot of fun gaming recently. So
that's good. That's very good. I feel like there was a bit of a lull period, maybe for the both of us, especially during the summer. Not much stuff going really.
Yeah.
Like too much stuff going on in the personal life. Like too much like fun activities outside of the gaming sphere.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now it's like the weather's getting colder. It's getting kind of dark and rainy. It's like, oh, I'm about to just sit inside.
I feel so good about like October, November. I feel like there's not a whole lot gaming wise, like new releases. I'm kind of looking forward to.
The biggest one's probably Call of Duty, right?
I mean, but I'm probably not gonna play it, to be honest. Like it's on Game Pass, so like I shouldn't say I won't play it because I'll probably at least check it out. It's on Game Pass.
You're at least gonna check it out,
but but like I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to that. I know over the next I know in like December's Indiana Jones. I'll be playing that.
Right.
And then really for me it's kind of like February. Because I know February is Avowed big release.
Yeah, I got pushed back. Yeah,
I've been kind of keeping an eye on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because that's supposed to be coming out.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually look kind of good. It's really long, so kind of trying to prepare myself for that if I do end up playing it. But I've also heard too that the first game, especially on launch, was really bug ridden because there wasn't that many developers on it. It was kind of just they threw it together. It wasn't bad, but like especially when it first came out, it was like most people had to wait for patches and stuff before the game was like actually enjoyable. So
yeah,
They did. I'm pretty sure they did delay it, so now it's a February window, and so I'm hoping. I think the team's bigger now, from what I've been reading. So I'm hoping that the game will probably be in a more polished state. But it's very long. Story seems interesting, so I've been kind of keeping an eye on that. I might check that out, depending on how it goes. But yeah, so really,
Very
it's like
cool, man.
December, and then yeah, like February. I feel like February's like we've gotten some like banger releases the past few years in the February and like
You're right.
January
yeah.
months. It's kind of crazy. It's like
Yeah,
for
early in
me,
the
that's
year.
like the new window. I feel like it's like, oh, I'm waiting for February.
You know what? You know what might be like. So here's my train of thought. Like maybe they're coming out in January or February because the games that typically come out in November are too early to be eligible for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
But or like sorry, I guess it's technically like too late in the year to be eligible for Game of the Year.
yeah.
Where
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah, but it's also like it falls into the following year's Game of the Year category, but it's over a year since the game came out.
right. Yeah.
You know, so I think maybe the new meta is
We're
they're going
chasing
to start releasing them.
chasing awards out here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's been paying off though. Like Baldur's Gate 3 came out in what, March, I think. Elden Ring came out in February.
Something like
Does
that.
that sound right?
I want
Let
to.
me let me
I thought it was like August or something. Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
felt like it was
Pretty sure it was
am I
August.
is my dude, I might
Baldur's Gate 3.
be out of my mind. Possibly. Let me yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Hold on. Release date. Let's see.
It's gotta be August.
It is August, a year ago. Dang, dude.
Dang, dude.
I'm sorry, guys.
Perception
like
of time.
Yeah, my perception of time is completely wrong. So Elden Ring came out in February. Didn't Hades win Game of the Year?
I think I don't even remember when that came out.
September. So that was even
Yeah.
after. So maybe the cutoff is like maybe I'll move the goalposts here, so entertain me. Maybe the cutoff is before October.
Maybe
It's like it's still kind of eligible for Game of the Year.
I think they've said it before, but I don't remember. The official cutoff is, but yeah, dude. Do we think the studio's out here chasing awards? I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, who knows? I mean, well, Hades 2 came out May 6th. I just feel like there's more. Maybe it's like anecdotal, but I've always felt like there's just been more heavy hitters early on in the year now. So your feeling of like being
True.
excited for February might be because of recent memory of just good games coming out early in the year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, dude. I don't know. It's I'm looking more forward to like the February months now for gaming. I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
it's funny because I've always looked forward to like November and October because of Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, like
exactly. Yeah,
all these big like shooters.
Yeah,
they always come out in the later falls.
Yeah, dude. It's the thing. It's times are changing, I guess. But yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, look forward to that stuff. I don't know, dude. Like Mike, I know you game this week. You game like crazy, dude. You're going kind of crazy,
dude. I got issues right now. So, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out. Well, first of all, I didn't just play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I also played Mario Party, and I also played Mario Kart 8. Believe it or not, I didn't own Mario Kart Deluxe 8. Yeah. So I went and bought it on like Friday after work, like on the way home. I was like, I got to play this. So I've been playing like later at night, like in bed kind of, and just having fun. Pretty cool because like I had Link unlocked along with all of his vehicles because I think I beat Breath of the Wild, so it gave me that option, perhaps. Or maybe it's built into the game. I don't know. Seem odd to have Link in a Mario Kart game. So I was like, it had to be unlocked. Yeah, that was fun. But the big game that I've been playing, and I've literally put in over 20 hours on Steam, is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And boy, when I tell you this is the most fun I've played in a video game in a very long time, I mean it. I'm so excited. The last time I had this much fun playing, the last time I had this much fun playing a multiplayer game was when the finals came out. And I was playing that.
Shoot.
I was grinding that game, if you remember. Before then, I can't even tell you. This has me more excited in terms of like single player campaign, like episode battles. My buddy just went live just now playing it. You got a push notification on Steam. Yeah, this game is probably the best Dragon Ball game I've played in over like 10 years, I think.
Dang.
I
Crazy.
like I know people
It's
were
crazy.
really big into Xenoverse and stuff, but it wasn't like my speed. I was big into Budokai Tenkaichi, which is the series in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Grew up playing that, like the Wii. So to see that the Budokai Tenkaichi series is still alive and came out damn near 20 years later, it's insane. Dude, let me talk about the series real quick because it's pretty cool. And I know you said you didn't really like play or follow Dragon Ball, but I will try to like relate it to you. There's this fixed storyline in the manga and in the anime that like you can play through in all the Dragon Ball games. So that's what I was talking to you about like last series or like last episode on the podcast and the week before. Is you can basically learn the story of Dragon Ball Z by playing the game, and it'll work you through the story, and it gives you cliff notes about like what's going on, the important information, and who's who, and whatever. Very cool. This game still does that, but it adds a what if scenario. So if you're able to like let's say a character that you're playing as, because there's 7 different character types you can play as, not character types but characters, and they're going against another villain. The villain wins in the actual storyline, but if you are able to beat them in the game under a certain amount of time, it does a what if scenario to where it goes into an alternate timeline or universe to where as you're continuing to play the game, it takes you down this trajectory and it ties you back into the original storyline later on.
Whoa.
And it keeps you going. So it's like there's replayability
Oh
of
yeah.
if you don't know the story and you're not particularly good at the game, you just do the main storyline. You can reduce difficulty, all this kind of stuff. But if you want to up the ante, if you want to have like special unlockables, because everything's unlockable, you don't have to pay for a DLC and you don't have to buy. There's no what's it called? Microtransactions
Yeah.
or paywalls. It's just you
Okay.
grind this game, you get the characters, and
Love
it's
it.
awesome. Love it. So I'm over here just like, okay, well, I beat all of Goku's different lines. Like that was sick. I went Super Saiyan super early. This is sick. I went against Vegeta, like all these different things. And then I'm like, okay, I just beat Jiren. That was nearly impossible going against like the 3 most powerful characters in the entire universe of this franchise. And I'm like, man, that was so hard. And it's like, okay, do it again, but beat them in about 2.5 minutes. So then I grinded that for like 3 hours. Every time I went over the 2.5 minute mark, or I knew I was going to lose, I was like, all right, start
Yeah.
retry. Having hours. So that's what I've been grinding. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I'm super excited to get back on. And like, just for context here, let me look up the ratings right now. So 24,000 reviews on Steam right now.
Dang.
Okay. Over 24,000 reviews. It is currently rated. Where's the percentage? It's 9 out of 10. But the last time I looked, it was 93% approval rating from people that have played the game and you get the option to review. It's only what is this? A 29 gigabit game.
Well, very small. Okay.
Like very small game, super fun, super entertaining. Yeah, it's just overwhelmingly positive. Awesome. Freaking awesome. Like so many
Love
people
that.
are into it. Uh and I'm actually like cuz I think it's because I played these games a long time ago growing up. I'm watching people's gameplay on like Twitter and the highlights and doing rank play. And I've seen complaints on Reddit like people are having trouble beating certain people. And I think I might be better than the majority of the population. Cause I'm watching the highlights and I'm just like, dude, that's your best combo. It's like, dude, I have like an 84 hit combo for 100,000 damage. Like, what are you doing? And I look at the range and they're just like,
Dude.
oh yeah, look at this ultimate I did. I'm like, that ain't that good, bro. So
Thanks.
I'm looking forward to it. It as a day ago, it sold 3 million copies in the first 24 hours.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So I think after this Halo 2 Vegas land that's coming up November 7, 8, 9, 11 to the 11th, I'm pretty much going to be doing nothing but Dragon Ball. So excited.
Okay. Okay. Like that. Like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yeah, if you ever want to get on, dude, I can teach you the game
Yeah.
and we can grind a little bit.
Yeah.
I know one of my buddies is struggling right now, so gotta get the practice in on coaching.
Yeah, jeez. Maybe someday, dude. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Um, Yeah, but outside of that, man, that's really all I've been up to. Just that, watching sports, a little bit of sports betting here and there, hanging out, trying to get outside a little bit more. Weather's a little bit nicer, but it's colder. I know it is for you as well. You're not too
Um,
far away from me, so
it
you
was like
understand.
high of 60 here today. I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
So,
dude. Like, yeah, this is apparently record lows for Charlotte right
oh,
now.
really?
We're pretty close to it.
Dang,
So
dude. Yeah,
yeah, but how
crazy.
about you take us into the first article, the first bit of news this week?
Let's
What
get
what do we
into
have
it,
going
shall we?
on?
Let's get into it.
Yeah, man.
When's the last time we did hardware to open up a show, Mike? In a while.
It has been a long time. I think the only time we do hardware is like tablets or controllers. So
Typically,
this is a nice change of pace.
yeah, something different. Listen, this comes from GameSpot. Stephen Petit. I like that. I like that. Analogue fully unveils its modernized N64. Pre-orders go live October 21st. The Analogue 3D is 100% compatible with the entire N64 library of games. It is designed to replicate the look of CRT TVs in 4K resolution. Okay, interesting stuff. Let's get a little bit into the detail, shall we? Analogue has lifted the veil on its modernized N64 console. Originally teased last year, exactly 1 year ago today, in fact, the Analogue 3D plays N64 game cartridges in 4K resolution. Like other analog devices, the 3D was built using FPGA to provide an authentic N64 experience while also allowing users to enjoy the benefits of playing on modern displays. It even supports all of the original accessories. But if you want to cut the cord and ditch the 3-prong N64 controller, Analogue collaborated with 8-Bit Do on a new style controller that looks quite lovely. Analogue 3D is designed to offer the essence of CRT on a 4K TV. You can cycle through various display modes made to reproduce the effect of an old school television set. There'll be 2 models available, one in white and the other in black. The Analogue 3D is priced at $250. Pre-orders will begin on October 21st at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And if the initial pre-order window is anything like other Analogue releases, the console will likely sell out very quickly. Analogue 3D will begin shipping in Q1 of 2025. Check out the Analogue 3D's design and image slideshow shown below in the article. Clean white and black color options appear to match the original white and black editions of the Analogue Pocket, the company's superb modernized Game Boy. I mean, these images, Mike,
It looks clean.
it's like you got the, I guess, little white. Yeah, the black, nice black background.
The black looks. Oh, it looks nice.
Oh man, they did a little photo shoot. I like this. Yeah, dude, you seen the cartridge in there? Whoa, it's looking pretty clean, dude. Looks a lot smaller too than an N64. So, really saving some space. I like this.
I don't think
3DOS.
this is actually going to last very long because it's just how Nintendo is
Yeah,
with their
probably not.
proprietary info. So when this
No.
goes on sale, it's like you might want to cop this pretty quick.
Yeah, exactly. It may not survive. Just saying.
Yeah, there are a lot of specifications with this that's actually freaking nuts. I love top comment, by the way, before we get into it. Just are these legal in the eyes of Nintendo Goon Squad lawyers?
No, probably not.
Yeah, that was my
Let's
initial thought too.
talk about it. With certain display modes enabled, players can revisit the N64 game library in ultra high definition with faithfully reproduced scan lines, shadow masks, and other effects unique to CRT TVs. Analogue says the 3D offers 10 times the N64's native 320 by 240 resolution without lag. The console is region free and supports the entire N64 library. The custom built Analogue 3D OS takes cues from the Pocket with its libraries and memories hubs. Library is a catalog that displays a list of your games. A new entry is added to the list each time you load a cartridge for the first time. Memories is where your save states and screenshots are stored. You can save your progress at any time and jump back into the same spot through the menu system. In addition to the 4 controller ports on the front of the console has an HDMI port, 2 USB ports, and an SD card slot on the back that supports SDHC cards up to 16 gigabytes. The analog.
You know what that's for?
Wait, what is that for?
Like,
Actually,
the storage device is probably used for people that want to download the games online and do a little bit of retro stuff.
I see.
Like emulation, so you can get
you
the ROMs of like all the Nintendos.
Yeah,
That's what I think it's for.
It all fit on
Yeah.
that, that's for sure. Analog 3D
Or
comes,
mods. Yeah. Sorry.
something like that, you know. Analogue 3D comes with an HDMI cable, USB cord, and USB-C power supply. Has a built-in dual Wi-Fi for firmware updates. It supports both standard Bluetooth and Bluetooth LE. Analogue says it spent 4 years developing a perfect way to experience N64 in FPGA or for absolute accuracy. Ideally, this should be a massive step when compared to N64 emulators. Here's a closer look at the tech behind the Analogue 3D. See the compatibility? Original N64 games, check. 100% compatible, check. Region free, compatible with
clutch.
Compatible with original accessories, original style N64 cartridge slot, built-in expansion pack capabilities. You know, you don't have to buy the expansion pack. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you still had to buy one. They just made it so you still had to buy one. So for video, 4K HDMI output, NTSC and PAL support, lag-free, zero signal degradation. Got some original display modes, CRT, PVM models, and variable refresh rate. 40K, 48K hertz, kilohertz, 16-bit PCM audio. And then the hardware, like we mentioned, 2 USB ports, charging, and wired support. SD card slot, including a 16GB SD card, dual band Wi-Fi with OTA wireless, 3DOS updating, Bluetooth Classic and LE, 4 original style controller ports, up to 4 players supported, wireless and wired. A Badoo 64 controller updating via Analogue 3D system wired, a 3DOS 4K 220K LE Intel Cyclone 10GX. Nice little spec rundown, like this little thing.
That's insanity, dude. I want to buy this as soon as possible. I hope it doesn't cost a lot because
it's $250, dude. You got $250 to call for. There you go. It's all yours.
$250. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see right here. Pre-orders will begin October 21st. So next, was that Monday?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Monday. The 8/8. Oh, they're gonna get sued into oblivion. So I want to get it, but it says oh man.
Can you get 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, dude?
All right. So here's the issue I have. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sure. It uses the original N64 controllers and the cartridges. That's awesome. That's really good. But if you're not tech savvy and you don't know how to basically rip ROMs online and copying them and then start using this as an emulator, you kind of need the old school hardware, right? So the fallback is, how much is a regular N64 with an HDMI mod? Because you can get those. You can get an N64 with an HDMI adapter mod directly. Somebody like what's it called, soldering into the motherboard. There's an expansion. There's a whole kit you can buy. Nintendo lets it go because it's a mod. It's not something that everybody's going to do. Now, this is a direct competitor to anything that Nintendo might do in the future. Because they make like Super Nintendo retros that are like really small and compact, and you can use the old school controllers, all that kind of stuff. This might cut into their line if they ever try to do like a retro gaming N64. Do they even have that? Because I don't think they do. Like a throwback console?
Yeah, I don't think they've done one for the N64.
It's one of their most legendary consoles of all time, I think.
Easily.
So they're gonna do it eventually, right? I would think so.
I mean, I feel like if you're Nintendo, it would print money, so why not?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But I like it. I know the next topic of discussion is the 8-bit do N64 controller. I have an 8-bit do like game controller that I've been using to play Mario Kart and Mario Party. It's super good. It works with all my devices. It's so nice. It's like I play it with the Switch. I use it with my PC before. I've used it on the Xbox. It's like, name a controller that can plug in all 3 of those. Mostly it's just the 2. It's like the Xbox and whatever, like PC.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This is $250 is tough. I don't think you can. I think you can find an N64 for cheaper and modify it for cheaper.
Yeah, I started remember the last time I saw HDMI mods. I want to say it was like anywhere from like 80 to 150 or something like that, if you want a good one. And then obviously in N64, probably like 50, 60 for a working one.
Yeah.
30, 40 for a broken one. So
they also make like, hold on, I'll let you go through the next bit of the controller talk. I'm gonna go to eBay right now, or no, Etsy. Etsy sells them. There's a guy on Etsy that sells all retro stuff, and I'm gonna find a price for an N64 right now with an HDMI mod. Because that I think is the fairest like direct competitor.
No. So listen, 8-bit Dude's N64 controller will be sold separately for $40. It is also compatible with the Switch, Windows, and Android. Has a D-pad and S input modes, D input and S input. The controller features all the N64's inputs, joysticks, C buttons, and authentic D-pad, A, B buttons, L, R, and Z triggers, a similar layout, but with a modernized form factor. It also has Hall effect joysticks with the original style gate, a marked improvement when compared to the infamous N64 controller joystick that was prone to stick drift and became loose over time. Like other 8-bit controllers, there will be a high level of customization that you can access through 8-bit Dude's ultimate software, allowing you to tinker with fine details. Pre-orders for the 8-bit Dude 64 controller go live at the same time as the console. If you'd rather play with the original controllers, you can pick up pre-owned N64 controllers at GameStop for $18 each, according to this article. I don't know if you're finding that cheap. But there is a bunch of third-party N64 controllers available for cheap on Amazon, but seamless performance isn't guaranteed with clones like these. Considering how many N64 games had an emphasis on multiplayer, you'll probably want to have a few extra controllers on hand to take advantage of the Analogue 3D's 4 controller ports. Console supports 4 players total with wireless and wired controllers, or a combination of the two. So you can opt for multiple 8-bit controllers and ditch the original controller altogether. This thing, like $40 for an N64 controller, that's probably better than an original. Just saying, not a bad deal. Probably a pretty good deal if you're looking for something like this. Playing N64 games a lot, you know.
Yeah, I think before you started reading about the controller, the 8-bit DOS controller, do or whatever. I was over here trying to research on Etsy, which is where I predominantly get like old school retro gaming stuff because there are people like dedicated to that. They go like old, yeah. If you want old school hardware and you're like a retro person like I am, you already know about Etsy and like where to get stuff. There is really not a good price for an N64 HDMI mod. Most of these is going for over $200. Some of them have extra, like extra. They have LED, like light up stuff. They have new shells. It's like chrome fitted to give it that little bit of a jazz. Um, and they're kind of expensive, dude. It's like custom modded N64 controller, $250. They have N64 Super Smash Bros. Theme. They have, and that's just the theme. I don't even think this has the HDMI kit. No, they really don't. They're just straight up charging a stupid amount of money for this.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think this is gonna kill the N64 resale market. That's wild, to be honest. I like it. Don't get me wrong. They make adapters as well. They make adapters for pretty much everything, by the way. When it comes to retro gaming now.
True.
But yeah, I mean, you can get a full shell housing, you can get a whole N64 controller collection, like all these different types of things for relatively cheap. But I'm over here trying to find an N64 with an HDMI because that I think is the real selling point on this, by the way. That's why I keep emphasizing.
Yeah.
Not everybody has a CRT. They're doing away with component ports on the back of TVs. Everything's going to HDMI. Some of them are even doing like USB and stuff. So this is cool. I mean, you're essentially getting an upscaler, right? From like 240p to a 4K resolution. You're getting lag-free, zero signal degradation. Some models allow you to still plug into CRT PVMs, but I don't know why you would want to do that.
Yeah.
The built-in Wi-Fi, the built-in Bluetooth connectivity, that is sick. That means
nice,
almost
dude.
every controller that you have should be able to work with this.
It's nice, dude.
Very cool. Like natively without having to buy any special adapters. It's very
nice.
cool.
Very nice.
So I kind of want to say like 250. My initial thought was like 250 is too expensive, and then I'm over here doing comparable research, and I'm like, no,
dude. I don't know.
It's actually, I think it might be a steal. Dare I say?
Fairly priced, dude. I mean, it's got a nice. I mean, look, it's got a nice design. Looks clean too. Like, hey.
Oh, it's very, dude. This is like
something. If you're looking for an N64, a modern one, this is it. I don't know.
If you think about it, right? So it's like, if you look at the picture, you're trying to use the cartridge as a scale. It looks like if you laid the cartridges straight down. It looks like 4 of them
Yeah, I
might
was about to
be
say.
about the size.
I was about to say 4. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
2 and
so
2, 2 by 2.
Yep.
So that's clean. You don't have to use the ports unless you want to, and you have the OG controllers. By the way, they do make knockoff, like original knockoff controllers. That was mentioned in the article. I have 2 of those.
Yeah.
The only problem with those is that the joysticks are too accurate.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
You ever use the old N64 controllers all
No.
beat down and like you're trying to steer on Mario Kart and you
Yeah.
have to like force it. It's not very good.
Yeah.
You
funny.
plug in those brand new retro ones, like
Just
the
like,
knockoffs.
Yeah.
It is so accurate. I spin out all the time because of how accurate it is.
Playing GoldenEye, just yeah,
Oh
crazy.
yeah, dude, it's nuts. Yeah, this entices me, man, because it's like the region free. So, do you know anything about why region free's important? Do you understand how N64 did regions?
Yeah, region
Like
locks.
region.
Yeah, like
It was
Japan, US, and yeah.
Yeah, but did you know how they did it with the cartridge?
Well, I remember like that. Can't remember if it's in 64, but I know one actually had like a notch on it that like prevented it. It was like a plastic notch in the console that prevented a game from being played for another region.
One of them has
it.
like yes, one of them has a notch and the other one doesn't. That's literally the only difference.
Yeah,
They did the
funny.
region lock because they'd be different languages.
Right.
That's one of the main things. But it was also just you should only buy this controller here and this controller there. I mean, I think back then it had to do with the different types of voltages at people's homes. Like not everybody's the same.
It's not a software region lock. It's hardware.
No, it's hard. It was literally a hardware region lock, which is nutty.
Yeah, just funny.
I don't know. Is this something you would do? Like, I know you never really got into N64. That was a little bit past your time.
Yeah.
But would you ever consider this?
I mean, something like this is certainly cool. I mean, look, dude, if I had like more money to burn, yeah, probably. Just to play some old 64 games and whatnot on like a modern system. It would look clean on the TV console, stand. I will say that. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, not right now. I wouldn't buy it, but I mean, if it's the thing, if you're trying to play this, if you're trying to play an N64, like these days, something like this is probably a no-brainer. Just be like, hey, you load games on it, use a controller, you use your old controllers, like, yeah, dude, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, yeah. I think I know I kind of ripped it apart initially, but now I'm kind of sold on it. And doing a callback about what did Nick say when you said he was watching our episode last week about the alarm clock that Nintendo did?
Nintendo alarm clock.
He was like, it was like, hey, $100 is too much for alarm clock, and then we trashed it, and then spent the next 15 minutes talking about how great of an idea it was.
Hey, dude, this is all real time. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's a real time reaction, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, dude, look, like I think and just one more thing before we move off of it, I think the Bluetooth compatibility is sick. I will say, like modding wise, I know GameCube, they actually make like a hardware mod with controller ports where you can like swap them out with a Bluetooth compatible one, and it's actually pretty sick because it's like the sockets will light up when a controller's connected. It's pretty cool.
I have the default GameCube Wavebird is what it's called.
Yeah, the mod I saw was pretty sick because you can literally connect any controller to it, and it's just like, it just Bluetooth right to it, and it's like it's really clean too. So
I think that technically you should be able to use any Xbox controller because they use the same Bluetooth.
Should be able
hypothetically that should work. The SD slot I really like. 16 gigabytes. That's more than enough to have pretty much every single, so long as the software enables it. And I would imagine you could probably mod it. Yeah, that's my guess. So
load SNES games. SNES game.
Yeah, I mean, right now they make cartridges where you basically plug in a blank cartridge, plug in the USB, and then it has an entire interface and software to run mods.
Yeah,
on pretty much any game.
Pretty much any console. Any retro console has that, even handhelds. Like Game Boy has it.
Yeah,
just like
exactly. It's sick. Yeah. It's so simple. You're basically playing off an SD. It's awesome. Yeah, I think this is somebody's gonna buy this. I think Nintendo's gonna shut it down. Yeah, I think Nintendo's for sure gonna shut this down. But also, I'm now thinking, I'm like, dude, it's got an HDMI port, 4K quality. All of a sudden, I'm a retro streamer playing with the boys. We're N64 Smash would go so hard on Twitch. Yeah, it'd be good.
Go crazy.
A lot of fun.
For sure. For sure, dude. You know, company we've been talking about a lot kind of gets as much crap as Nintendo does about not letting people
Oh,
take their
Ubisoft.
stuff.
Ubisoft. All right. So the wonderful creator of Ubisoft and their infinite wisdom, basically upset about 700 plus France staff, employees. They walked out on a 3-day strike and dispute over home working and pay. Yeah. And if you know anything about the French, they know how to stage walkouts and protest. So this is coming from Game Industry Biz. It is written by Vicky Blake, who I think we covered last week. She writes pretty good articles, mostly the business side of things, and typically seems to be Ubisoft that we've mostly been covering. So there is a union that says dictat to be in the office at least 3 days a week is the straw that broke the camel's back. So if you remember correctly, we covered how Ubisoft essentially said, we need everybody to come back to the office, regardless of how you feel about it. We need to fill up these offices. And of course, over 700 Ubisoft France staff have walked out on a 3-day strike in a dispute over working or home working and pay. So the article goes on to continue saying, Ubisoft France based workers were called to participate in a 3-day strike over a dispute around the company's return to office policy last month. French Game Workers Union STJV, which stands for, dude, I can't pronounce French. I don't want to butcher this, but basically it's Syndicate des Travailleurs et Travailleuses du
Oh,
Jeu
the
Video.
accent kind of hid. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. Spent a weekend in France and I was terrible. Said the diktat to be in the office at least 3 days per week going forward was the straw that broke the camel's back. So, according to Le Monde, STJV called the strike when Ubisoft's management did not respond to its complaints. STJV's, a reminder that is the union, the workers' union, Clement Monton something, sorry, last name, not very good at, told the agent or agency France Press that the company had renegated on promises, reneged,
Yeah, reneged.
basically called back on promises about home working and calls into question the way they organize their lives. At the time, the Assassin's Creed developer told staff it believed the 3-day requirement would boost creativity and teamwork. I remember that. And I remember us having the take of this is just total BS to get people back into the building. And if they don't show up, then we'll lay them off.
Pretty much, dude.
But still, and in quotes, respect individual circumstances. So Ubisoft stocks tumbled following the release of Star Wars Outlaws. No kidding. Falling by more than 10% in 2 days. In September, the value of Ubisoft shares was 40% lower than at the beginning of the year, their lowest value in a decade. Yeah, it's not going great over at Ubisoft, and mostly has to do with their own policies. I don't know what your take is, Kyle, but I don't think 700 employees basically doing a 3-day strike is all that concerning, because at the end of the day, it's like, just okay, if they want to work remote, let them work remote. If they want like personal life balance, let them have personal life balance. If they're still productive, who cares where they are and what they're doing, you know? But the problem
cares?
I think that they should actually care about, because I think that's just like all smoke and mirrors, right? That's just nonsense to me. Just don't create bad games. Like, I think it's that simple, man. It's like Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, okay, it was a good game ish, but it failed. Why did it fail? Oh, people didn't like it. They didn't like the fact that you couldn't play as an outlaw. You can be like nitty gritty, like tough, kind of badass outlaw. It's like this Disney style game where it's just kind of desensitized from reality. So, I mean, it's kind of silly to say because it's a space game, but at the same time, it's like just create a good game at the end of the day. Who cares where you are and what you're doing? So if they want to go on strike, it is what it is. But I don't think that's their issue.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think their issue is they're just not making good games recently.
it's true. Yeah, no, dude, I agree, man. I mean, you have 700 plus people walking out do a strike. It's like, yeah, obviously there's huge discrepancy over some policy. So, yeah, dude, like this pretty. Some people do their own thing now. I mean, I don't know if they feel like the game qualities are suffering because people aren't in the office or something like that. So this is their way to try to do that and fix that. I don't know.
I don't think it's game quality. I think it's creative vision. Like they're just story games aren't that good.
So
Like why did Skull and Bones take for like 12 years and then it came out and people played it for like 2 weeks and then quit, you know?
season 3, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. It's just a weird situation at Ubisoft. I don't know, dude. It's hard. I mean, like, I'm not surprised that this kind of response they're getting for some of their policies, and just dude, it shows in their games. I don't know, dude. I mean, I agree with you. Make good games, man.
Yeah, I think it's just it is the trajectory of the company with all the layoffs they've been having, all the failed games that have been coming out, failed in terms of like being a AAA game. Because if these were indie games, it would have been phenomenal games, right? It's all about perspective. You can have all this money and all this like power and like not power, like what's it called? All these employees, all this workforce putting together all this energy to create a game, and it comes out subpar. When you got studios that are half the size creating phenomenal games, it's like, what are you guys doing? Honestly,
What are you actually doing? I
yeah.
don't know.
I think that's more of what it's about, less about people
Working from home.
having, yeah, like home working. Come on, man, don't bring us back in the office and not pay us more.
That's
Nah,
the thing
see
too.
ya.
That's the thing too, dude. There's some costs for commuting and childcare.
Yeah,
Hey, there's extra costs there. Really
yeah,
want to
time. Spend more time traveling.
dude.
Yeah,
Just ain't worth it
at
in
least
some
France
industries.
isn't as reliable on cars as like the U.S. is, but
It's true, yeah.
yeah, it's a change of pace for them,
Oh
and
yeah.
I get their frustration. Sorry, excuse me. Get their frustration.
It's giving this guy indigestion over here, dude. It's the amount of
Honestly,
amount of Ubisoft crap, dude.
I had that moment where like you're drinking water, I have a little cup right here, a little bit of what's it called, Alani.
No,
So it's
it's like
like it took a sip of that, went down the wrong pipe. I'm like, oh god.
there's like a little bit of vodka in my cup.
Nah, never, never. Only beer. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude.
How about we switch it up? Let's go to basically the same website in a way, a little bit of the game industry, and tell us what's going on at Bandai Namco, the people that brought
This
us a little
is
bit of a
um,
Dragon Ball.
dude, this is interesting, Mike. I'm interested to hear your take on this. I heard this and I was like, at first I was like, why? But second, I don't know. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, this is interesting to say the least.
200 Bandai Namco employees reportedly moved into expulsion rooms designed to bore them into quitting, though the company maintains its innocence. This is coming from PC Gamer, Harvey Randall. Japan's strict laws surrounding dismissal makes layoffs look a little different. So yeah, again, very interesting concept. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Bandai Namco employees are reportedly the latest victims of a wildfire video game layoffs. They've scorched through the industry in the past couple of years. Although, owing to the unique nature of Japanese labor laws, the axe hasn't fallen quickly. According to the report from Bloomberg, approximately 200 out of the 1,300 employees have been sent to expulsion rooms, in quotes, also known as a Aidashi Biya. Terrible Japanese, but hey, I tried.
I feel like it's right.
Sounds good, right? An unsavory practice that is nonetheless still apparently a problem in the industry. Rather than butting up against the extremely strict dismissal laws, practicing companies will instead transfer their employees into rooms or floors that are designed to bore them out of their skull, culturally shame them into accepting severance deals. Nearly 100 have resigned, said the people, asking not to be named, discussing private information, Bloomberg claims. This coincides with several canceled projects for the company. Blue Protocol was shuttered in August, and the article also claims that several games, including ones that feature characters from animes Naruto and One Piece, as well as a project commissioned by Nintendo, had their curtains called in a similar fashion. Bandai Namco, however, maintains its influence in the face of that claim. Some employees may need to wait a certain amount of time before they are assigned their next project, but we do move forward with assignments as new projects emerge. There is no organization like a Abadashi Biya and Bandai Namco studios designed to pressure people to leave voluntarily. The company also denies claims that website Leak Press, which accuses the company of the practice, alongside other allegations such as, quote, a sudden increase in waiting lists due to the large number of titles being discontinued, and, quote, spreading bad rumors about employees whose departure has been confirmed to other companies. Such denials are to be expected, though. While expulsion rooms are still a problem in Japan, actually admitting you're using them is a no-go. While giving a talk in 2016, author of The Untold History of Japanese Game Developers, John Hispanic, that's a Russian name. I don't know what that is. First to an incident in 2001 wherein Sega was successfully sued by employees for the practice.
Wow.
It's crazy, dude. There's more. Try to see it. They didn't just put people behind a partition. They sent them to a completely different floor. Sega didn't just lose a lawsuit over this. Their image was completely tarnished. Nobody wanted to buy games from a company like that. Though, as the talk points out, this didn't quite make its way overseas. Even the Wikipedia page of the company doesn't make much of the hullabaloo about it. I was, however, able to find this ancient Eurogamer article that confirms the incident, as well as this machine-translated article from GNN News confirming the victory. It went to court, and Sega also issued an apology. In other words, if Bandai Namco is in fact guilty of this practice, then it's unlikely to admit it until it absolutely has to. Dang, dude.
Wow.
What if you got sent to a room, like, say things aren't going well with your job, you ain't on a project, they're just like, listen, we send you to the floor below, and you're just gonna sit there.
I believe that 100%. Sending you to a different floor, it's just like, yeah, we're gonna send them to the undesirable floors with the other weirdos, because like
send them to purgatory.
Yeah, yeah. In a way, that I believe that totally. This is madness, though, happening in the year 2024 of our Lord. It's like, what are we doing?
Wild, isn't it?
That is crazy. You know, it's like, if you have basically 200 employees that all feel this way and are sent to these expulsion rooms, I mean, it's got to be true, right? Like, that is way too many.
Yeah. I mean,
I did hear. So apparently, there's Japanese culture with the business culture. This is very like apparently well known. I only recently learned about it though, because I'm a super Westerner. But apparently, if you quit your job, they shun the heck out of you. It's like you're abandoning your family when you quit your job in Japan.
Oh wow.
And you have to go to each one of your bosses and apologize to them, like write letters and give presentations. You have to apologize to all your teams for quitting.
Dang, dude. It's crazy.
Could you imagine that in the States?
Dude. Different world.
Dude, it's so maddening that apparently there's an entire sub business industry devoted, like, you hire them to quit your job for you. Which,
jeez,
could you imagine that? You're like, I gotta quit my job. I'm not happy here anymore. I gotta hire somebody to then go into my company, like my place of work, and then quit at my job. It's just insane. Like, hire somebody to quit your job.
Sure.
Yeah, completely foreign to me. So this is also pretty ridiculous too, and completely foreign to you and I would imagine. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I could definitely see, like, yeah, we don't need him. Put him in the corner with the other people that we don't really like.
The thing, yeah.
Put him on the other side of the room. We're just gonna restructure the floor, kind of attitude.
Yeah, it's funny. At first, I was like, this is like so dumb. Why don't you just like lay him off? But then, like, I heard some different takes on the internet, and it was like, you know, honestly, like, if you think about it, like, I mean, it's kind of sick because, like, you can stay on, still get benefits, hopefully, still, like, you know, get some paychecks and not really doing anything, but, like, hey, you're still, I mean, you're not, you know, you have time to look for another, you know, other forms of employment or something like that, and you're not necessarily just, like, left out to dry. So, I mean, I feel like in certain contexts, it may not actually be that bad, which, you know, sounds ironic, but, I mean, there could be scenarios where it's like, okay, yeah, just go to a room and I can do other stuff, I guess. Because I'm assuming they're not like going to another room and it's like, oh, you're not allowed to use your phone or talk to anybody. Or I don't think it's like that. It's just like, hey, we literally have nothing for you. Just like go to another room. Like, and so it's like, all right, cool. And so you're just like going to the room, like, you know, finding something to do or trying to see what's next, kind of thing. I don't know. It may not be the worst thing. You know, when you really think about it, I guess. But I don't know. It's funny. Just funny.
It'd probably irritate the heck out of me, though.
You know, I mean, I feel like I don't know. Most people
that's the idea. Is like it's trying to bore the heck out of you. I think it sounds really cool at first. Like, okay, I'm getting paid to not do anything, but then you start realizing it's like, oh, I'm getting paid a lot to just be here for like 8, maybe 10, 12 hours, depending on like what the heck's going on.
It's like
you're stuck there, and
now it's a waste of life.
Yeah, it's like you gotta move, you know. I don't know. I would probably like if it's a room, like a separate room, everybody around me is doing the same thing. I would probably like sneak in video games, play those on the side, like
Yeah,
maybe log into like personal accounts, try to do some content creation, like get
telling
really good
you,
at a skill,
man,
get paid for
something.
it.
Yeah, something,
Yeah,
right?
but yeah, but if you can't do those things, you're cooked. It's a bad time.
Just cooked, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just found it interesting. It's like, yeah, I believe
It
this
is
is
very
probably
interesting.
true,
Yeah,
and yeah, it probably does happen, and it's just a weird way of living, I guess. Different culture, Mike.
yeah,
Different culture.
it is very odd. Japanese culture is odd, but incredibly fascinating.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, good or bad, I'm just like, I wanna know more, like, it's so
I
foreign.
I still want to visit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna
for
happen,
sure.
dude. Still want to visit.
Dude, I wanna go to the Emperor Gardens where all the emperors are buried.
That's
I
what I
wanna
want to do.
check that out, like, it's so
Yeah.
cool, man.
Pay all that
So
mad
cool.
respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know
It's gonna
nothing
happen
about
one
these
day.
guys, but I just wanna know what's going on.
It's gonna happen one day. I have a feeling, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to hop on. Go to ancient hop on.
Hop on.
Ancient hop on.
Very cool, man.
All right, I need to stop before I disrespect a lot of people. All right. So-
It can't be disrespectful if it's like yeah, we might be pronouncing the names wrong, we might be a little bit culturally insensitive, but I think you and I both admire the culture.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
always, always.
It's I just want to know more about it, being inquisitive.
This
Yeah.
is the thing, Mike. I saw this week. Destiny Rising, a boy. One of my boys sent it to me. He was like, "Hey, it could be podcast content." So I was like, "All right." And I watched the
It is
trailer.
definitely podcast.
I watched the trailer. I was like, "Okay, this is a mobile game. All right."
Yo, how about you play the trailer on mute, mind you,
Yeah, yeah.
while I'm talking about the article, so at
I
least
got
people
you.
on
I
the
got you.
on the stream can check it out. So this one is coming from The Verge. It's by our boy Tom Warren. We know him personally now. We've covered him so much. He knows us. We know him.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah,
No,
we're
it's
homies.
totally parasocial relationship at this point. So this is about Destiny Rising. So Destiny Rising is a new mobile game, RPG shooter, obviously, of course, set in the Bungie's Destiny universe. So NetEase will hold on a alpha test on Destiny Rising on November 1st. So only like 3 weeks away. So the rumors are true. Destiny franchise is heading to mobile devices soon. Destiny Rising is a new free-to-play mobile sci-fi RPG shooter that includes a number of playable hero characters, a shared world, and a PvE and PvP modes, all set in Bungie's Destiny universe. China-based NetEase Games has developed Destiny Rising. After announcing a partnership with Bungie and a $100 million investment into the studio in 2018, Destiny Rising will be set in an alternative Destiny timeline, exploring the post Dark Age era of the universe and lore before the tower existed and before the emergence of Guardians. So NetEase is licensing the Destiny brand from Bungie, and it has been granted creative freedom to develop its own storyline and vision for Destiny Rising. And in quotes from Stone Shi, the senior narrative designer at NetEase, we want to capture and depict a specific time where the reins are in the hands of the players to experience, to explore, to define. Unlike Destiny or Destiny 2, you'll be able to pick from a variety of Destiny hero characters instead of creating your own Guardian based on Hunter, Warlock, or Titan classes. Hero characters include ones like Ikora Rey that exists in Destiny and Destiny 2, as well as the host of a new as well as a host of new characters. So each character will have unique abilities and stories, and will be able to access single, co-op, and competitive multiplayer modes. There will also be the usual ghosts, lightbearers, iron lords, and warlords found in the Destiny universe before the last city. In a trailer for the game, we see a variety of characters, and there are new abilities, including a new Void Scythe that looks a lot like something a warlock would use in the main Destiny game. There are also familiar enemies like the Hive, Fallen, and Vex. And this is a quote from Terry Redfield, the creator lead at Bungie, in a press release. So, over a decade, we built this universe to contain many unique and wonderful stories, and we are excited to see mobile gamers be able to experience this new take on Destiny universe from the creative team at NetEase. So, Destiny Rising players will also be able to play in first person or even third person point of view with touchscreen controllers or controls, touchscreen controls or controllers. There will be the usual campaign missions, 6-player co-op strikes, and replayable PvE and PvP modes. It At this point, Kyle, it sounds just like Destiny 2, PvP, PvE, Explorer, but it's just on your mobile device, your tablet, your whatever,
And the
Surface, whatever you got.
pre-alpha footage
Yeah.
looks kind of good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
Notice I'm
I
watching
mean,
live. It was ain't bad.
I feel like this is continuing on the trend that we've been seeing over time. The fastest growing gamer base is actually mobile games. So to see this just more and more proof of like major studios, like say what you will about Bungie and all the things that they are, Destiny's a major IP. They make good games, and this is just pushing that threshold. Like, how many more of these can we keep going? I think probably the biggest mobile game in terms of modern gaming, I want to classify that because it's like Angry Birds was massive, Flappy Bird was massive, stuff like that. Those are still mobile games, but in terms of multiplayer mobile games, like something a little bit more challenging, I think, a little bit
Yeah.
less simplistic. There, I think the biggest one would be PUBG Mobile. I think by far, like from a global standpoint,
Yeah.
it's massive. Call of Duty even has one, so it's only natural that Destiny's going to have one too.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any takes before I wrap up the last, like, I guess, paragraph, really?
I mean, not at the moment. It just looks good, dude. It's good.
Yeah.
Finish us off, Mike. Finish it.
Okay. Even powerful exotic weapons will be available alongside a new mythic weapon rarity class that includes a new weapon type 2. All of these weapons help to fight and against the darkness enemies in the Destiny universe in new locations like Jingxi and the Red Sea Rift. Part of this new Destiny narrative includes searching for seeds of hope that are said to, and in quotes, shape the future of human civilization after its collapse in the dark age of Destiny lore. One big question around Destiny Rising is what monetization systems it will use. NetEase isn't answering that just yet, but it says in an FAQ that a good part of the main campaign will be available in the alpha test the next month alongside at least one map for all game modes so people can try out what the game has to offer. So if it's a free to play game, you got to worry about monetization, which is annoying to see paywalls, all this kind of crap. But I think that's always been the tough thing to handle about mobile games is just they're just filled with monetization and like pop-ups and all this other crap. Like Flash games are really, really bad about that. And I don't know, man. I think possibly the reason why it's so like mobile games are so monetized, especially it's got to be worse than just ordinary games like on traditional hardware. It's everybody now has like their credit card, their bank account attached to their phones, like Apple Pay, Google Pay. Like you can just tap your phone on electronic devices to pay for things. You have Venmo, you have PayPal already linked. So I think that might be why monetization's getting out of control in these games.
Yeah.
But is this something you would play? For me personally, probably not. Just because I'd rather play Destiny 2 on the PC, and I'm not into mobile games like that.
I might check it out.
What do
Not
you
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Check it out. That's
Okay.
kind of cool. Cool mobile game. I hook up a controller. Hey, kind of fun.
Hey, let's go.
I'm saying, yeah, no. I think I might check this out. We'll see. Got some boys at Destiny. So hey, dude,
Okay.
give it a shot. Why
It's
not?
free to play. It's
Why
free to
not?
play. Comes out closed alpha test is on November 1st. So
Why not,
you
dude?
can
Why not?
register. You can register on NetEase website. That is
Have to, dude.
NETEASE, NetEase.
And
Just type it in, you'll
NetEase.
find it very easily.
Companies NetEase, dude. Yep. Hey, man.
But
Might check it out, dude. Might check it out. Design.
yes, sir. But that's all I really got, man. That's really it for the mobile game that is known as Destiny Rising.
Destiny Mobile. Hey, got some cloud stuff to talk about, Mike.
Yeah, more mobile gaming, pretty much.
Pretty much.
More cloud, basically. But yeah,
Essentially. So listen, Mike, did you know that Xbox Cloud Gaming is finally gonna let you stream your own games
oh yeah,
in November? It's coming up, dude.
heck yeah.
Microsoft expanding its game streaming service to thousands more Xbox games. It's coming from Tom Warren at The Verge yet again.
That's our dude.
Microsoft is planning to support the streaming of Xbox game libraries next month. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell The Verge that the company is getting ready to test the ability to stream games that you own that aren't a part of the existing Xbox Game Pass library. As part of a long-running project known as Project Lampland, inside of Microsoft, The software giant has been readying its Xbox Cloud Gaming servers to be able to support streaming thousands of games. I'm told Microsoft will first test its new Xbox Cloud Gaming streaming capabilities with Xbox insiders in November before expanding them to more Xbox users and more games. Xbox Cloud Gaming expansion comes in the same month Microsoft plans to enable game purchases in its Xbox mobile app for Android in the US. Microsoft is able to do this thanks to the court ruling earlier this week that forces Google to stop requiring Google Pay billing for apps in the Play Store on November 1st. Xbox President Sarah Bond revealed yesterday that starting in November, players will be able to play and purchase Xbox games directly from the Xbox app on Android. Once Microsoft's work to enable a full game library on Xbox Cloud Gaming is complete, you'll be able to purchase an Xbox game on Android and immediately stream it to your device. Project X Cloud was supposed to launch with game library streaming in 2020. Microsoft then announced it would support their game library on Xbox Cloud Gaming in 2022, but it never launched that year. Tom understands the work had been complicated by having to prepare key infrastructure for thousands of games instead of hundreds that currently exist on Xbox Game Pass. While thousands of games will soon be available through Xbox Cloud Gaming, I'm told some publishers will hold certain games back due to licensing requirements or deals.
It kind of makes sense.
Did you know that Microsoft's also working on a browser-based Xbox mobile store that was originally planned to launch in July? Well, the store will initially include deals and in-game items, but will grow to cover first-party games eventually. Microsoft said in August that testing had begun on the web-based mobile store and that work is progressing well and we will have more to share in the future. There's one update that was made to the article on October 11th. It said that the article was updated to mention the original Xbox X Cloud plans. So it wasn't originally included, but yeah. All right, Mike, we're almost there, dude. We're almost there. You can just buy a game, stream it, wherever. Almost there, dude.
Yeah.
It's
pretty interesting.
It's what cloud gaming is meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what's actually kind of funny is I've noticed in my industry, and maybe you've seen it too, on the web side of things, is more and more programs are going web-based, where they're running actually on a server, and the way you access it is through a web browser.
Yep.
So I think it's very interesting that Microsoft's also trying to get ahead of that by using an Xbox mobile store to also see about web-based games that can stream through cloud.
Yep.
That's gonna help out a lot of people that just have junk PCs but have good internet.
Yep.
It's gonna be very good for them.
Very true.
It's gonna be interesting just to see how it works.
Yeah,
I mean, again, I think Microsoft's just kind of bring games to as many people as possible, like they've been trying to do. I don't like what they've been doing with Game Pass, like increasing prices and doing some type of skeezy practices, like laying off a bunch of people. But there are wins to be had in certain areas, and I think this might be one of them.
Yeah. Look, man, excuse me, for the year that Xbox has had, all right, they need wins, Mike.
They need a lot of wins, yeah.
This is, I think, a step in the direction to get a win, dude. If I can buy a game and then stream it wherever, that's a W. That's what Xbox Cloud Gaming is meant to be, I feel like. So
yes,
this would be a win if they get it working and it's a good service. Seems like they've been taking their time with it, which is promising.
Yeah, I mean they've been spending, dude. Cloud gaming's been around now for ages.
Yeah,
for ages and ages. So they got to figure it out. They got to perfect it.
Yeah, for sure.
Once it becomes mainstream, that might be it, dude. It might be good.
Listen, yeah. I mean, you were alluding earlier that the industries in general are switching to the cloud. Yeah, dude. So many companies are on-prem servers that we have to manage. Just let Microsoft do that. It's like Amazon do that. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah, put it on Amazon Web Services or put it on the Azure
AWS,
servers.
Yeah. Put it on Azure.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
put it somewhere.
Everybody's got put it on what does Google have? What's it called? What's Google's web
G-Cloud?
server?
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
There's a name.
I forgot the name.
There's a name.
I forgot the
name. Google Cloud Service. Let's see what it's called. I swear it's a name.
There is a name.
Is it just Google Cloud? It might be just Google Cloud. Am I dumb?
There was an acronym.
There was definitely GCP.
Yeah, that might be Google Cloud Provider. I don't know.
Platform. GCP. It was GCP.
Okay.
Google Cloud Platform.
Yeah.
But it had a whole logo. They went through a weird branding process, if you remember that.
No.
API was the other one, maybe? No, API is that's a protocol.
API, that's
right?
just in general, like.
Yeah, that was kind of. Listen, I'm in a different type of engineering field. All right.
Yeah, true. Listen, S Plus, yeah, dude, cloud gaming, it's really sick. You know, this is kind of a tangent, but you know what was interesting? I found out the other day. I was on
What's that?
Twitch. I went on Twitch for the first time in like 4 or 5 months, right?
You're never on Twitch,
Never.
ever.
And so I checked my Prime rewards because I forgot. You know, I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
they added.
I was
Oh.
claiming so many games, Mike, and then I literally went to one, and like I clicked through, and then it said like available on Luna. And
Oh
it was
yeah,
like,
remember Luna?
I was like, no, it was like available on Luna, and it said play now, and I was like, what? And so I literally clicked it, and it brought me into Luna. I did not know this, but there are free games with Prime that you can play on Luna.
Oh yeah.
And I literally loaded up like I think Fallout 3 was like one of the free games at the moment.
Yeah.
So I literally like loaded it up. I was like, I'm playing Fallout 3 in my browser. I was like so caught off guard because I had no idea that was a thing. Like they were actually all free games to Prime members. But another thing Amazon Prime gets you, I guess, get some free games.
You know what I think is gonna be the next meta. So you know how there's an app for pretty much everything, right? It's annoying as hell. Like you have to have an app for like Steam, Xbox you have to use their app,
The clients,
Epic Games, like all the clients, all the nonsense. The moment I think cloud gaming becomes successful enough to be run in a web browser, it's all going to be about which web browser you're using. I think we're going to see a return of web browsing battles.
Chrome versus
Like is
Firefox,
now
first Opera, first
yeah.
Brave.
Yes, all of them, dude. And if you're using Edge, I'm blocking you straight up.
It's just Chromium, Mike. Come on.
Yeah, it really is. But it's like that. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, or no, I'll block you if you're using Safari. If you're using Edge, I kind of get it.
If you're an Apple user, get out of here.
No, but Safari, dude. Like, I bet you use Apple Maps too. Weirdo.
Listen, dude. I bet you're using like Evernote. What's the Apple? Oh man, dude.
Jeez, I bet what you got Netscape too? Like, what are you doing here?
Dude, that's
funny. But that's the guy that always listens to like the weirdest indie rock music imaginable.
Like some coffee
brags
shop
about
indie.
It's like, oh my god, you don't understand Biscuits Brown? Like what?
You never heard of
like, who
the latest album, dude?
Dude, like I've listened to like 12 of their albums. They've been around for like 80 years. How do you not know this?
Oh yeah, dude. You don't listen to Cigarettes After Sex, dude? Like...
that would be a hard band name.
Real band, by the way. I'm not kidding you, Mike. That is a real band you can look up. Cigarettes After Sex.
Dude.
Real band.
Do you know what finger, I know we're going hard tangents right now, but just it's out of like ridiculousness. Do you know what Finger 11's original band name was?
Oh.
Rainbow Butt Monkeys. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like Five Finger Death Punch had a crazy first name too.
I know you said fingers and I immediately thought Five Finger Death Punch. I was like,
oh, Five Finger Death Punch had a crazy name early on.
That's so funny.
If I can find it. Let's see. Early formation.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I can't find it. It's not gonna be easy. Like I have to dive through this because they're trying to give me the whole history. And it's like, dog, I don't care that much. I'm just looking for the lulz. Yeah, man. So I think the future now. Because I've been saying for a while is like it's only a matter of time until we get to just these apps are natively going to be installed on all our devices. Like we're going to get a brand new Microsoft PCs. I think already have Xbox game launcher or whatever game store already downloaded.
As an option.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, and the game bar is already integrated into every single one of your Microsoft PCs.
Wait, was PG
using Windows 10? Yeah. I think it's only a matter of time until we're going to see eventually. I know it's going to happen. I got to believe Sony will have the app for like their cloud gaming on there. We're going to have maybe Samsung with Microsoft. I don't know if they have the Xbox game app available on the Samsung TV store, but they should because that's their direct partner for cloud gaming. So they should have that.
Pretty sure they do. I think on my TV I have it. So
yeah, you might want to check that. It didn't come default with my Samsung tablet. That's why I think it might not be for the TV.
So on my TV, there's a whole there's media, which is like just your standard entertainment apps. But there's a whole section for game, and so you just click game, and it's like all the Xbox stuff, Luna, whatever. Yeah. Like it's all there.
Oh yeah, so it's just literally anything.
Yeah, so it's sectioned off entirely from like media. So
yeah, I think we're gonna see for the PC when it gets to cloud gaming. I think it's gonna be web based at some point.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, just with how browsers progress. I could see it.
Yeah, it's just like I'm seeing in my industry where it's like I'm trying to use 3D modeling programs, and instead of having the app downloaded onto my PC, it's like, oh, just log into your Autodesk account. It's like,
Yeah.
what? It's like log that in. I think Adobe does that now too for people that are like editing photos and videos.
Yeah.
You can do it web-based now, which is
Oh yeah.
crazy. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's interesting.
It's
I mean,
like
how many websites are there where you can just upload a file and change the format and like clip and edit,
so
like snap your fingers?
way too many.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, dude. One time with like an Azure server for work, like I normally use Remote Desktop Connect pretty much to connect to anything. But like I just
yeah,
connected through the Azure client once, and I was like, oh, you could do this. It
yeah.
was
It's just
really
easy.
weird to me.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, in browser, nice.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's cool. You can do everything in the browser now, and I don't know if that's like cybersecurity risk.
Potentially,
But
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I like more options. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So long as we have more options. But yeah, we kind of ranted for a while, man. You got anything else to add? That's really the last bit for the stories.
I got nothing else, dude. We went pretty hard on that N64 console, but it goes hard, so
We
it deserved
did,
it, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. We went for about 20 minutes. That also had to do with a little bit of a hiccup of lag.
Yeah. It'll be fun
Sorry.
time stamping this. This is gonna be like a
Well,
whole,
no.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut out.
I took this timestamp.
Okay,
I
okay.
keep track of the time and I wrote it in, so we should be okay. But yeah, I mean that's all I really got for us. I think you got anything looking forward to this weekend?
This weekend.
Just
God, dude.
hockey's back. That's why I'm wearing my Canes hat, baby.
Hey, we back. Even though you said they were gonna be bad, so who
They're
knows if
not.
we're
Well,
back.
I didn't say they were going to be bad. What I said is they're not going to be as good as they
As
were last
dominant.
season.
I understand.
Yeah, they're not going to be as good, and that's okay.
Yeah.
They're going to be competitive, and they're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I would say football, but there ain't no wins in sight for us. So yeah, I'll just watch the other teams, I guess. This is what it is, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately,
They ain't gonna be great, but hey,
hey, dude, at least I get to see a couple young stars. Hopefully, get better, make names for themselves. See.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, outside of that, dude, be chilling, get some gaming in. Just relaxing, man. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Well, heck yeah, dude. You know me, I'm gonna be playing my Dragon Ball game. I've been grinding the heck out of that and doing some coaching for the Halo 2 LAN. The one that coming in Vegas should be good. We got a solid team. We're all working together, and it's looking optimistic. We also have I'm throwing a Halo 2 LAN in Charlotte with one of my buddies locally in town. Where you're having like 10 other people come in. Going to be a proper LAN. Should be nice. Like 8 people going to be playing, 8 people chilling, hanging out, having a good time, and I'm gonna look into possibly streaming it. So keep an eye out for that.
I'm
So
jealous, dude.
hopefully my PC works for it. I got one of these box TVs, this monstrosity. I don't know if I can turn. Nah, you can't really see it.
No.
Dude, it's 80 pounds. It's a monster. But yeah, that's all I got going on.
Sounds like fun, man. I'm jealous. Sounds like a good time. So
yeah,
hopefully
we'll
games
do
go
more in
well.
the future. We're gonna try to get a bigger location because a lot of people, after it actually gets booked up and organized, all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, I can possibly come. I got my work schedule. I can make it." It's like, yo, chill.
It's like, all right,
You should have told me like a month ago.
Right, cat, bro. Chill.
Yeah, we actually can't add any more people. Yeah, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be playing Dragon Ball. You better finish up your games. And then everybody else listening needs to start playing games too. And we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It's like trying to keep you guys informed of what's going on over the last week.
Dude. A bit of a lull, dude, before main season.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it, dude.
Yeah, buddy. All right, let's wrap it up, dude. It's getting kind of late, and yeah, without further ado, we appreciate you guys for listening. Just a quick reminder: if you're new here, like and subscribe. We love you. Thank you. Appreciate that. But most importantly, if you can't listen to all our episodes like all the way through, we've been getting kind of lengthy, over an hour. We have timestamps for all the articles we cover. We have links in the description below. Go there, check them out. We also have socials if you want to say what's up, say hi. We appreciate that as well. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm Michael Anthony. This is KyleHeath. This has been the MTV Podcast. We appreciate you guys. See you next week.
Pop
Peace
off,
out, dudes.
everyone. Play some games.
Yeah,
Stream some
please
games.
do. Yeah. Have a wonderful week.